Hello everybody and welcome back to another Deep Ogre review. Today we're going to be taking a look at... There's a spider on my review station. Alright, sorry about that guys. It was just a little baby motherfucker. You could probably see him just floating around over there. But we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi from, you guessed it, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. What? No, I wish I could get that figure right now in my hands. But I settled for the Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan Jedi Master version that they came out with 2 years ago. By the way, I got him for a deal, considering the other prices this guy goes for. He goes for like 60 up. I got him for 45. I was able to talk to the eBay seller and get him down. So that's amazing. But I really like this guy so far. I mean, I do have my complaints, but I mean, that's just more with Black Series in general than with this figure. But I really love this Obi-Wan look. It's definitely my favorite. Without further ado, let's get into his accessories. For Obi-Wan's one and only accessory, I don't really expect much from a Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan. Not a Clone Wars. Did I say Clone Wars earlier? God damn it. Well, you have Obi-Wan's classic lightsaber. I love this silver right there. Get the nice red button, all the black paint apps painted in. Right there, near the hilt, and the little ball with the silver tips, or the silver grooves on it. Really love this detail. Other than that, there's not much to talk about with the lightsaber. And obviously, as with most Star Wars Black Series lightsabers, it does unpeg, so you get this blue lightsaber blade right here, and that looks pretty good. It's a pretty small peg, and I guess that's the main concern with people, and the main issues people have had in the past with Black Series lightsabers is that they're so thin, they snap easily. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but I'm not going to jinx myself. But, obviously, because you could take the hilt, or the blade out, and you have this little port, or that's the port, that's the peg, you could put Obi-Wan's lightsaber right there on his belt, and it stays pretty nice. I did get some nice photos of him like this, so he looks really good with that. But, obviously, for shelf purposes, he's going to have the blade on the air in his hand, and obviously his hands are pretty soft, so that's very, very nice. Unlike the Book of Boba Fett. Boom, there you go. Obviously, you're gonna have Obi-Wan with his lightsaber in his hand 99.9% of the time, unless you're like me and do stop motion. Looking at this head sculpt, it doesn't look like Ewan McGregor, but it looks like Ewan McGregor, you know? It's just kind of like, it's there, but it's not there. This was, I think, no, this was definitely not, this was in 2020, I believe. So this was not when they first started doing the face printing. They had a lot of time to fix this. But the Obi-Wan figure looks a lot better in terms of head sculpt. But I don't mind this whatsoever. It looks like Obi-Wan gets the job done. But I don't know if you could see that. On mine, you get some weird, like, plastic overlay lines right there. And that sucks. But I like the coloration of the beard and the hair. There's a weird wash to the hair. I'd prefer it to be more highlighted. But they did this weird gray wash. I don't know, it doesn't really work with me, but this hair sculpt is absolutely fantastic. I love the beard sculpt too. I feel like if they washed the hair with the color of the beard, that would make this whole thing look a lot more clean and fit in better with itself. There you go. But down, you have those obvious prequel Jedi robes. I think this is a reuse of the Padawan Anakin from Phantom Menace, but very nice texture here. The first collar wrap is painted in a lighter tan. It is not white, it is just a light tan, but the rest of the body is in beige. You get his little utility belt right here, all the way around, some nice gold paint apps right there, pouch, obviously that's where you put the lightsaber, buckle, nice gold, very, very nice detail all the way around on this guy. Gotta say, my camera won't there you go. But it's a nice detail to see that under the robe you do have some more smooth sculpt. I like that little add-on. And obviously you get those classic Obi-Wan, or prequel Jedi in general, big sleeve look for the hands over there. It's not as big as like the Jedi robes they had in the prequels, but still. You have a nice skirt that's made out of this flexible plastic, and it really helps out with articulation. We'll get into that later. And kind of like the white up on the top, or on the first layer right there, you get a kind of lighter beige for the legs and the pants. Oh my god, my camera. For the legs and the pants right there. And it's very, very nice. Of course, this is before they went to that single jointed everything for the legs. Or no, because this is reused, that's why. And before pinless tech, so you do have some pins right there. And on mine, the boot paint is a little sloppy. I don't know if you could see on the right foot or the left foot. I don't know, depending on how the camera switches up. But it doesn't look horrible. I like the boot sculpt. I wish that there was just a little bit more coloration to the boot, because as is, it's just this plain little brown. But it doesn't look bad. You get the wrinkles and black for the soles. Not nice, or not bad on detail. I really like it. Now for articulation, you do have a dumbbell neck joint, but the neck is, it's kind of like G.I. Joe Classified, where there's a dumbbell in the neck joint going up to the head, and then the neck, I think, is either on just a ball joint in the body, or it itself is on a dumbbell joint too. But combined, you can only get about that much far up. Well, the neck does tend to twist away from the head sometimes. You gotta make sure that you get the Adam's apple aligned with the chin. You can look up about that far, down only about that far. Nice, okay tilt. It's not the best, but it definitely isn't the worst. And obviously you get all the way around. Arm can go out about that far, down pretty far. The robes kind of get in the way of that sculpt, so this arm, I don't know why, it might be stuck, it might be just the sculpt, but it can only go down to there, so he always has that kind of unrelaxed position on his right arm, left arm, whatever. But obviously you get a full 360, and it's better to showcase on this arm. I don't know why. On this arm it's kind of tighter, but you get a butterfly joint. Single jointed elbows, but they do get a pretty nice range of movement right there. And swivel right there. Swivel at the wrist and hinge down, up, or side to side. Oh my god. I wish that there was a dice roll hinge right here for the lightsaber, but sadly there is not. You get a diaphragm joint right here. Sometimes the robes can get caught up in the crotch, so he can't move down, which is kind of a shame, but I mean, you're working with several kind of rubbery plastic overlays. I don't really, it's to be expected, to be honest. And then the legs can kick up about that far. This is the big problem, because they wanted them to not look so spread apart. There is, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is the whole assembly right in the crotch leads down to a ball joint in here, but instead of coming straight out like most figures, or at a slighter less of an angle, this goes straight down, or not straight down, but down further at a very harsh angle. So what you end up getting is this, where the leg turns out, but you just swivel the thigh, and it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. It's just a little more work. Obviously, thigh swivel, leg can kick back only about that far. Beautiful, beautiful spread. Double jointed knees, as previously mentioned, and he can kick his ass all the days of the week. Foot can go down about that far. up only about that far before getting caught on the sculpt, and you get some very nice ankle rocker. And for comparison, here he is next to some other Hasbro lines, the Transformers Earthrise Optimus, and the, I almost said Transformers Earthrise Destro, this is not a Transformer, the G.I. Joe Classified Series Destro. Sadly, I don't have any Sith in the collection yet, or other Jedi yet, but I have the Star Wars Black Series Deluxe Jar Jar Binks, and the Star Wars Black Series Deluxe Boba Fett. This is the only other prequel character I have. I mean, if you want to count Bo-Katan because she was in Clone Wars, yeah, go ahead. So technically I have 3, but yeah, there you go. There's your prequel comparison, and I don't know if you guys have this figure already, but he's pretty good. I like this guy quite a bit. Check out my review on him. And now for my final thoughts. I thoroughly enjoy this guy. This guy's great. He looks fantastic next to, the only other prequel character I have, Jar Jar Binks. But he looks fantastic on his own too. Hopefully I can get, like an Anakin or a Darth Vader, or a Maul to go with this guy. Or all. Probably all of them. Yeah, definitely all of them. But I'm going to give this guy a solid 9 out of 10. I really, really enjoy this. The only complaints I have is the head sculpt, which gets a pass because it still looks like Obi-Wan. It gives the feel of Obi-Wan. And God, those fucking hips. I mean, I don't mind it. It's not the end of the fucking world or anything, but it's still annoying that you even have to do that, sadly. But it looks great nonetheless. This figure looks great, feels great. I'm happy with this purchase. Thank you guys for watching. If you can find him for a good price, I'd say go ahead and get him. If you want to subscribe and see more, then yeah, if you want to see more, subscribe, obviously. If you liked the video, give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.